¿Qué tal, chicos? Bienvenidos a mi canal Español con Hawani. Today, let's go over one thing that's really common in English, however, it doesn't get mentioned a lot in the Spanish learning community, and that is how to say I am taking care of or looking after someone or something in Spanish, using the verb cuidar. Por ejemplo, tengo que cuidar de mi hermano menor este fin de. Tengo que cuidar de mi hermano menor este fin de. So I have to take care or I have to look after my younger brother this weekend. Great, now let's break this down grammatically so that by the end of this video you'll be able to go out there and start saying in Spanish, I am taking care or looking after someone or something. Now there are two ways that you can say this in Spanish. You can either say cuidar a or cuidar de, as we used in the previous example. Personally, I normally say cuidar de simply because my Spanish teachers have told me that that's the best way to say it. However, just be aware, my Spanish teachers, they're both Spanish, so they're from Spain, and I personally am obviously learning Spanish as it's spoken in Spain. There are obviously some differences between how it's spoken in Spain and South America, so just be aware of that. Now, with that being said, let's jump into some examples. First up, I have to take care or I have to look after my son tonight. Tengo que cuidar de mi hijo esta noche. Tengo que cuidar de mi hijo esta noche. Let's try another example. I take care or I look after my niece every Sunday. Cuido de mi sobrina todos los domingos. Cuido de mi sobrina todos los domingos. In this example, not using tener que this time, just simply saying I take care or I look after. Just conjugating the verb cuidar on its own. Next example, I can't go out tonight because I have to take care or I have to look after my grandkids. No puedo salir esta noche porque tengo que cuidar de mis nietos. No puedo salir esta noche porque tengo que cuidar de mis nietos. Nice work, everyone. I think you're starting to get it now. Let's try one more example, though, this time using the verb haber. I am very tired because I have been looking after or I have been taking care of my parents lately. Estoy muy cansado porque últimamente he estado cuidando de mis padres. Estoy muy cansado porque últimamente he estado cuidando de mis padres. Nice work. Now, before we finish, a few very important things to touch on with regards to the verb cuidar. In English, imagine when you're saying goodbye to someone and you're saying take care or take care of yourself. So a very common way to say that in English. It is also very common in Spanish to say that as well. And we use the verb cuidar in the imperative form in this sense. So you would have heard this expression before, which is cuídate. Cuídate. So imagine you're saying goodbye to someone in Spanish. You could say nos vemos pronto, cuídate, or hasta luego, cuídate. One more very important thing to be aware of is this expression in Spanish, tener cuidado. Tener cuidado. So think of it in English when you want to say to someone, be careful, and you're trying to caution them before they do something. We can do that in Spanish with tener cuidado. So to give you a few examples, if I were to talk in general sense, like nowadays, you must take care or you must be careful, I could say, hoy en día hay que tener cuidado. Hoy en día hay que tener cuidado. So remember, using hay que, we're talking in general, we're not talking specifically about the person that you're speaking to. However, a very common expression in Spanish using this phrase, if you want to talk specifically to the person you're speaking with, you could say, ten cuidado. Ten cuidado. So be careful. So we're using tener in the imperative tense. Moving on, you know what to do next. Go out there and start practicing some of these in your Spanish conversations. As always, if I can be of any use to you with anything else, please don't hesitate to write a question or a comment in the comment section below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hasta pronto.